Today's guest needs really no introduction. Everybody knows her. She's the queen of hustle. We've got Lauren Khalil on with us. A broadcaster, a reporter. She does it all. If there's a mic, she's on it. I love watching her. Any kind of fitness space. And Lauren, welcome. Thank you so much for jumping on with us today to talk Summit Games. How are you?
Th- Thanks for having me. I'm great. And I can't believe we're already talking about Summit Games. It feels like we were all just there. And I'm excited to go back because to me, it's more than just a competition. It's a community event, it's an opportunity to go to a really cool location and just be around other awesome people.
Yeah, the people and the location are the two selling points for us every
Mhm.
year. It's been a really great event, expo to go to for a lot of different reasons. So it's been awesome. Well, thank you so much. We'll jump into it. I know you're on like flight number 60 something. So you're probably getting ready to go jump on another one right now. So we'll hit some questions with you, some good, some insightful and professional, and then we'll try and be a little goofy too. So
Love
be
it.
ready. So you've covered some of the biggest fitness competitions that there are. How does the Summit Games compare and what makes it kind of stand out to you other than the couple of things that we just talked about?
Yeah, I think it compares because it doesn't really matter who is at each competition because when people sign up for a competition, whether it's CrossFit, tactical games, high rocks, a basketball tournament, it doesn't really matter. Those people are typically training for it and they're taking it seriously. Yes, they want to have fun, but it's important to them. And I would compare it to some of these other competitions because the Summit Games are the big stage for a lot of those athletes that end up competing there, and I think that that's what makes it very special and being able to elevate the media side of things and give people their flowers because they've been training all year long, sometimes for several years, just to be in whatever division they end up in, whether they're with a teammate solo. They are there to showcase the skills that they've worked so hard with. And anybody that works at something hard, specifically CrossFit, how hard it is to go from, your first pull up to stringing pull ups to kipping to butterfly. I mean, there's this whole evolution that I think is really cool and inspiring when you go to a competition and see the hard work that all these athletes put in.
Yeah, I think the range of athletes is really awesome there. You've got somebody, it might be their first competition, but then we've had multiple semifinals, regionals, whatever you want
Mhm.
to call it, level athletes that are very close to the games, compete there year after year after year. So good on Adrian and Brigham and those guys for being
Yeah.
able to incorporate every fitness level, teams, the whole different thing. It's been really great to watch the different type of athletes and level of athletes at each event also. So that's great. You get to see all of the events that you go to kind of from the crowd side and the athlete side. What is something that makes the best kind of competition experience that in your opinion, what makes the best competition experience from both sides?
Yeah, I think that it's like a big thing, and I hear this time and time again when I cover events. It's the overall experience, and really, it sounds super basic, but just how people are treated. Were people kind? Were people willing to, listen? Were people like were there good vibes and good atmosphere? Honestly, a lot of the time too, like, hey, the DJ had a great playlist, and that will make somebody's
Yeah.
weekend. And it's just being able to get out there, have the real in-person human interactions. And I think 9 times out of 10 when we do that, we realize how great the space is and how great the community that we're part of is. But I think, having that sense of community, having programming that does test your skills and you can leave with whether you impressed yourself with something that you accomplished or you're like, wow, I didn't realize that there was that hole in my training. I need to go back to the drawing board. I think that there's, big things that you can take away from, whether it's the volunteers, the staff, and all of them are so great. And when they collaborate with the athletes and the athletes collaborate with them, you see something really magical. I mean, the amount of times that I see athletes, shaking judges' hands, having a little laugh or something before, sometimes even in the middle of a workout or at the end, like those are the really cool touch points that make those moments special for everyone who's there.
Yeah, that's really good. I like that. That it is fun to see the athlete interaction with the judges. That is always an interesting thing. So for the most part, 99% of the time it is interesting. It's good. So yes, that's a great. I love that.
Right, most of the time.
Most of the time. Yeah. So, and luckily, like that's the stuff that gets put out there more is the people helping the good stuff. You've typically got like a front row seat to some really great moments. Is there anything in particular that you enjoy seeing and that you can't wait to see possibly at the Summit Games coming up this year?
I just get excited to see repeat athletes and ones that maybe I haven't met at some other competitions. And maybe the first time I met them was at Summit Games last year or the year before. And just having that reunion, or an athlete will come up to me and say, "Hey, you did my first ever interview, like it was this great experience." And I just love allowing somebody to have a platform to have those moments, and just being part of the journey that helps them grow, whether it's getting more comfortable speaking when you can't breathe, because I know when somebody puts a camera, or if somebody puts a camera in my face at the end of the workout, my response is going to be very different than maybe what I expect from people that I interview. Like, I don't want anybody doing that to me. Walking over, I'm seeing like, okay, have they caught their breath at least a little bit where they can still give me a raw answer, but, have kind of their words together? So it's just fun to catch up with those people and get to see the fun races, because, if we look at the leaderboard from last year and then kind of compare it to this year, you'll have fun little races that you'll be able to pick out. And I think that that's always interesting from a competitive standpoint, a storytelling perspective, and it just makes it fun.
Yeah, there's been times where I've done interviews and I walk away and I'm like, I have no clue what I just said. I
Yeah,
have
you just
zero
black
clue.
out.
It's just there. I don't know what I just said. I hope I didn't slip with anything bad, and I hope we're
Yeah.
good. So then I have to go back and watch it like, well, I don't sound like a total idiot, but it wasn't good. So,
Yeah.
yep, understandable. Thank you for taking the couple extra seconds for everybody there. You're around a really high level, elite level athletes a lot. What is something that people don't see behind the scenes that you can share with us that you think makes them stand out or makes them elite or makes them kind of at that higher level that people are trying to get to?
Honestly, I think it's somewhat of the opposite. I think that because I've been able to, like, I've been fortunate enough to be in warm up areas with the athletes and the coaches and the managers. And I've been super grateful that, when I travel abroad, I'm included in dinners a lot of the time, and, plans and excursions. And at the end of the day, these are all real people. And yes, they are professional athletes. And yes, they are, the cream of the crop when it comes to the level of fitness and do incredible things. But they truly are just very much down to earth, real, genuine, cool people. I will say that, if we're talking about what does make them elite, they're still getting in bed at an early time. They're still making sure that they're hydrating, maybe the opposite of what I just did in Vegas. They are really, paying attention to their water and electrolyte intake, and like, even when you don't see them on the competition floor, they're almost still in work mode when it comes to all of those little things that do make a difference. Like, of course, they go on a vacation and I'm sure they take time off where maybe they stay up a little late and watch Netflix. But I think if you looked at every single day in a calendar year, people would be really surprised about how, how little room there is from steering away from what that ultimate goal, especially when it is not just the CrossFit Games, but You know, these other bigger competitions that I would say like Summit Games almost funnels people into, like the Wadapaloozas. And
Mhm.
I would say for some people, even like Fit Fest in Europe and, and competitions like that.
Yeah, with some of the videos and kind of day in the lives or whatever you want to call them coming out now that we're getting close to some of the larger fitness events, the
Mhm.
one thing I've noticed on a lot of these videos is they all eat the same thing every day. Every meal, it's all planned out. There's no question, there's no nothing. Part of it for nutrition and make sure that they have enough. And then two, it just makes it easy. So I've noticed that quite a bit lately. Like, I don't know if I can do that all day, every day,
Y
365 days a year. So,
yeah, like, I could probably and for the most part, I do eat the same
yeah.
breakfasts every day, but and maybe sometimes lunch, but by the time I get to dinner time, I'm like, "Ooh, what do we feel like?
Yep.
What sounds good tonight?" I could not eat the same dinner every night. That's why I'll never
No,
be a professional athlete.
right. Yeah, we're a couple steps off. I think that that's all
Yeah.
though. If we did that, we would totally be there.
Right, exactly. If I could just eat the same thing for dinner, I would
Yeah.
definitely be a
You're
games
just one meal
athlete.
away, Lauren. There we go.
One meal away, I like that.
All right. So now let's move on. So be honest, during a 4-day competition, that kind of stuff, what is your go-to for coffee? And then how much does it take to get through the 4 days?
So I think that people would be surprised on how little caffeine I need to function versus how much caffeine I want. Because I I'm not really a big energy drink person unless I'm about to like hit a workout. Like it would be a very very rare occasion for you to see me at an event working and be holding an energy drink. It would not be rare for you to see me holding a very, very, very large iced coffee during an event. And I was just talking to somebody about this. I don't know. Maybe I do need the caffeine. I don't think I do because on days that I don't drink it, I don't get a headache or anything like that. But I just genuinely love the taste of coffee. Like a nitro brew, a cold brew, a black Americano, and it's always got to be ice. Even if it's snowing outside, I need it to be ice. I do not want warm coffee.
Nice. That is good to know. That's good to know. And yes, cold brew is by far my favorite. That's my kind of
Oh,
go-to. So,
so good. And I finally learned how to make my own, and it's so easy. I was like,
oh,
why didn't I do this a long time ago?
yeah, it's really not bad. So, and it's funny, I'll go places like we just had this conversation in Vegas. Everywhere I went to order a cold brew, they gave me hot coffee over ice. And I was like, this is not right. This is not correct. So,
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know.
that's not the same.
No, it's not. All right, you've done this a lot. And kind of whenever you need to get some extra energy out of the people that you're interviewing, out of the crowd that you're around, out of the event, what is kind of your go-to thing that you do or say?
Yes. So a lot of the time you'll see me kind of sneak over by the DJ.
Uh-huh.
And I might have them play I was just at a Backstreet Boys concert, so that's very forward in my head. Maybe I'll have them play Backstreet Boys, maybe a little Britney Spears, I don't know, maybe some techno, and I'll throw some dance moves, and that will just get me I mean, most people probably wouldn't say that gets them grounded, but for me, it's like, okay, we're back in the groove. We're feeling ourselves. Maybe I can get one or two people to tag along and bust out a move with me, and we're good to go.
Yeah, when I was writing these questions, that was the first thing that I thought of was you dancing and your dance moves.
Oh,
So
yeah. If
that was
you
very
don't see them at a competition, somebody should check on me. Something's
okay.
wrong.
We'll keep that in mind. But I don't think that there was a lack of dance moves between you and a couple of other people at the Summit Games last year. So
Oh, yeah, we had a whole dance party.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
great.
it was
That's gonna
awesome.
be the after party now, is, like, awards happen, the DJ's gonna stay 1 hour longer so we can just, like, you know,
They've got the
pump it up.
venue for it, so let's go. We'll just flash some of the
Exactly.
lights on and off. It's indoors,
Yeah,
so it's cool. It's not hot outside. We're good to go.
I
That
love
is the
it.
perfect spot. If you had to jump in and do one event or make a workout for the Summit Games, which one, what would you want to see in there? And what is your number one go-to? I don't want to do this ever again, or I don't like this movement. So, what is
Mm.
your favorite movement? What is your least favorite movement?
Ooh, favorite movement? Honestly, just about anything with a barbell, but if we're getting specific, a heavy overhead squat.
Oh,
I
no.
know. I love it because I have the strength and I've got really good shoulder mobility. So it's like that little competitive advantage that I can just slip into my pocket and be like, yeah, I can hit that. That's going to be great.
No, we're not friends
I'm
anymore. So,
sorry.
yeah, you lost me on that one. And then what is your like, no, I'm not doing that. Like if you see it written on a board, you're gonna erase it and change it to overhead squats.
Okay. So this might not what people would expect because I think if people know me and just what I post about, I hate running, but I'm starting to like just accept it. And I think that there are several movements that I actually hate more than running, and one of them is going to be kettlebell swings.
Ooh, okay.
Every time, like, I have tried so many different ways to do a kettlebell swing, and every time I just use my lower back, and then I feel crippled after, so I hate them.
Yeah. Mine was sumo deadlift high pulls.
Oh,
If I could
who thought
erase
that that was
them,
functional?
it's not, it's terrible. It's the
I hate
worst
that
movement
too.
ever. So yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's mine. And so anytime I can erase it and write something else there, then I do.
Yeah, but I did see the 5-3 run with the 5 cleans, 5 shoulder to overheads, then 3
Yeah.
clean, 3 shoulder to overheads, and then a stadium run. Again, even though I don't really like running, I think that one would be a fun one to do.
I think that that one looks fun. I think the back squat into the hang
Ooh,
also is going to be legit.
yes.
Like that's a cool little test that I don't think that anybody would have thought of doing. Like, hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to max my back squat and I'm going to hang on my pull up bar. So I
Yeah.
think that just Adrian's thought process on that one is really cool. So,
I
um,
love Adrian's programming. It's very unique, but not unique where it's gimmicky. It's very thoughtful, and I prefer his programming at a lot of competitions. I think it's
I
great.
do too. And we've had that conversation. And what's funny is that's kind of been the theme of it with
Mm,
Adrian and the programming is there is something new without it being like you had a perfect word for it. I couldn't think of it when we had him on, but it's
yeah,
not gimmicky where somebody's gonna have it on a video and they're just like, oh my gosh, please don't show that.
yeah,
It is very thought out, it is very intentful. So I've the between the Iron Games and the Summit Games, I've really enjoyed watching his programming kind of
mhm,
come to life, and being able to see it throughout the weekend has been awesome.
yeah.
So yeah, well that's all we've got for you, Lauren. Thank you so much for jumping on with us. We'll keep following your flight tracker and you around the
Yes.
nation, kind of around the world actually, and sometimes. So thank you for jumping on with us, and I can't wait to see you in September. It's always a good time whenever you're around.
I know, I can't wait to catch up in real life
There we go. We will do it.
after coffee.
After the cold brew, then we'll have some caffeine and some energy. It'll be a great dance party.
Yeah, it'll be epic.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Lauren. We'll see you later, and I guess be safe with all of your travel.
Thank you. You too.
All